Revelator John.
Hello Revelators, welcome to Revelator John. Today more on weather theory and going to explain in a simplified way the changing states of water. So if we consider first of all water in its frozen form, ice. To change the state of ice to liquid water, then we have to add heat, or the ice, the water, the frozen water has to absorb heat. Okay, so this is what we call a latent heat exchange, and the latent heat exchange is there is heat absorbed. So from freezing temperatures, 0 degrees and below, heat is absorbed from the surrounding atmosphere, for example, or artificially, but in weather theory from the surrounding atmosphere. And so the ice heats up and starts to melt. Okay, so this whole process, which we call the latent heat of evaporation, okay, it starts on the cycle. Okay, so as it starts to heat up, the molecules get more energy and then they stop being clumped together in ice and start to liquefy, so we have liquid water. As more heat is absorbed, the molecules get more and more energetic, let's say, so eventually they will start to evaporate and turn into a gas. Okay, once they turn into a gas, that's more heat absorbed, more latent heat exchange, heat from external source or from the ambient atmosphere absorbed into the molecules. They become more energetic, so the liquid water then turns into a gas, and this latent heat exchange of evaporation continues its cycle. Okay, if we go through from the other side, we start from a gas, and then we want to, from gas to liquid water. Okay, so gas, we could say water vapor, to liquid water. Okay, so in order for the water vapor to turn into liquid, we have to have a process called condensation, and there has to be a heat exchange. It's the latent heat of condensation. And what happens is that the water molecules, okay, need to lose energy. So in order to lose energy, they need to lose heat. So that heat is lost. Okay, the heat is lost from the water molecules, a latent heat exchange of losing heat. And so the water vapor starts to condense out into liquid water. So this is what you would associate with cloud formation and so on and so forth. So the latent heat of condensation, if we continue that process through from liquid water to ice, more and more heat is lost, latent heat exchange is lost, more and more condensation, that condensation process takes place until the heat is lost so much until it reaches 0 and below, and then you have crystals forming, ice formation. And so you have no molecular movement, no energy there at all, so therefore we've turned to ice. So you have one process, latent heat exchange for evaporation, and then latent heat exchange for condensation. Okay, so we have another process with a change in states of water. Okay, and this relates to another process which is called sublimation. So sublimation occurs when you have ice that bypasses the liquid phase and it goes straight to a gas, or from a gas, water vapor, and water vapor will suddenly go to ice, or automatically go to ice, and almost bypassing the liquid phase, or it's so very small, the very narrow window there. Okay, and this is another sublimation phase. So you might associate that with the formation of frost, for example. Okay, so it's a real drop in temperature, a very rapid drop in temperature, and then all of a sudden it will turn to surface water, or the surrounding surface. The air surrounding the surface will turn to ice crystals, hence why you have frost. Varying degrees of frost, of course, and we won't go into that here. But this is purely about the changing states of water. Okay, so have ice to liquid to gas, water vapor, and the water has to absorb heat. From water vapor, a gas, to liquid, to a solid, ice, the water molecules have to lose heat. And so one process which jumps liquid phase, and then we call that sublimation, either going to vapor or going to a solid. Okay, I hope that explains the change in the states of water for you. Thank you.